up, bougie bosses? It's your girl Kayla Simmons, and today we're gonna be talking about 5 of my favorite self-help books. Okay, you know we're all about self-development over here at TMP, so I'm really excited to make this video for you guys. I am a bookworm, so this is right up my alley. And honestly, it was a book that actually kickstarted my self-development journey, which led to TMP. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be talking about is called Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. All right, I would show you the book, but I actually lent it to a mentor of mine, so I don't have it on hand at the moment. I'll probably just insert a picture on the screen, probably right here. So that book, The Slight Edge, it focuses on 7 principles: relationships, health, happiness, personal development, finance, career, and impact. And he shares a lot of personal stories in the video. The beginning really hooks you in because he starts it off with a story. If you're really a fan of good storytelling, then this is the book for you. You're gonna love it. This is the first self-development book I ever read, so it really holds a special place in my heart. And his family, he even gets, I believe his daughter writes a chapter, and if I'm not mistaken, his wife or his ex-wife writes a chapter. I'm not sure. I know for a fact his daughter writes a chapter. It's been a few years since I read the book, but I always, whenever people ask me about book recommendations, this is one of the first books I always recommend. It's so good. I highly recommend it. Okay, so now the next book, it's called Girl, Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. This is the book right here, you guys. Listen, it's so good. Oh my God, I love it so much. I discovered Rachel Hollis that's how I discovered Rachel Hollis. Actually, I was in Walmart looking for some new books to buy, and it seemed interesting. I liked the little sneak peek or preview that it gave, so I decided to buy it, and I fell in love. If you guys don't know who Rachel Hollis is, then I don't know what to tell you, sis. Go look her up, girl. Like, she has other books. She has Girl Wash Your Face, and she has a Party Girl series, I believe. That's a fiction book, but Girl Wash Your Face was, this came before Girl Stop Apologizing. Both of them are, I believe, #1 New York Times bestsellers. So obviously, a bunch of other people agree with me that this is a really good book. She is also an amazing storyteller, and she's good at leaving out the fluff. She's very forward with what she says. It's very conversational, so you feel like you're talking to a girlfriend. She gives you step-by-step advice. She provides, images in there. And I really like I can't remember at what point in the book she mentioned this, but I'm sure we've all felt like this. She just said she got tired of paying all this money, for conference after conference to just get hyped up but not walk away with any tangible business advice. I'm sure a lot of us feel like that, not only with conferences, but with a lot of these courses that people sell, even with YouTube videos, even though that's free. A lot of people, they'll lead you to believe that they're giving you all this inside knowledge when really it's just some generic motivational stuff. And anybody got time for that? Anybody got time? Okay, so we trying to get some real business skills over here, and that's why one of the main reasons I started this channel. Of course, I give you the motivational stuff and we do the self-development things during the week, but I'm also giving you business tips and business knowledge over here because that's what people need. There's enough motivational stuff out there. Okay, we need some solid skills when all that motivation wears off, and she's really good about just giving it to you straight. I highly recommend her podcast too. She has actually a few, I believe. I only listened to the main one. I think she started one with her husband. He also just released a book. I can't remember what it's called. His name is Dave Hollis. I believe that also made the bestsellers list. So I think they're a great brand overall. I think they're really genuine, and so I highly advise that you check out the book and check out all the other things that they have to offer. So the next book on the list is The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. I hope I pronounced his last name right. I also don't have that book on hand because I believe I lent that to the same mentor that I lent The Slight Edge to, which I think he's had those books for about a year, which is kind of sad. I honestly forgot about them until I was looking for them to do this video. So shout out to you, Wayne. I still have one of his books he lent me, so it's okay. Like we both need to do better. But yeah, this book is great for anybody on a team, like whether you're, you know, on a sports team, whether you're on at work, on an organization, whether it's a nonprofit, basically anybody, everybody, all of y'all, all of us are in some sort of team. So all of us need to read this book. So he basically breaks down the 5 dysfunctions of a team, which are absence of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, and inattention to results. It's a fable. It's a business fable. And it's so crazy because it says that on the front part of the screen, or not the front part of the screen, the cover. But I didn't even realize until I was almost through the book that it was like not a real story. So it's actually a fiction book, but you can't tell, like it's about like these group of people, this diverse group of people on a team in an organization, and like it kind of just tells the story of like that process of like weeding out all of that, all of those dysfunctions basically. It's really entertaining. It's also very like straight to the point. He incorporates examples, images as well. I don't know, it was a really easy read. I believe I read this book in like a day or 2. It was that good. So I highly recommend that. So the next on my list is The Bomb Life. Let me see, make sure you guys are seeing that. It's by Claire Solmers, who is the founder and CEO of the Fashion Bomb Daily. If you guys don't know what that is, I don't know you, because like, why my bougie bosses don't know what the Fashion Bomb Daily is. Like, it is a revolutionary fashion brand, black owned, represented by black people, okay? And Claire really is giving the breakdown on her life. She is also, it's more of kind of like a memoir. She talks about her story and basically how she came to be, and even though obviously, you know, it's centered around like fashion and like, you know, how she built her fashion empire, I feel like it be for anybody who wants to build any sort of empire, you know, anybody who is a fan of great storytelling. She's really good at painting like good visuals. I almost felt like this book was kind of like watching like Sex in the City or something like that. Like, it was really entertaining, and it had like a lot of juicy details. Like, you know, she tells you about like failed relationships and like, you know, people like, you know, little catty stories or whatever within the industry, like on the come up or whatever. It's just really interesting. And I also want to side note, sis went to Harvard, okay? Claire Summers went to Harvard, so she educated, all right? So don't y'all be trying to downplay her, because she out here prospering, okay? So I highly recommend this is a read. Of course, you know, I always got to support black women everywhere, so check it out. Okay, so the last book. I'm reading it right now, y'all. Like this, I don't know, this might be one of my favorite ones. I mean, I guess it's kind of biased because I'm reading it right now, but it's already getting my life together. And I'm sure you've heard of this book. Like, if you're watching this video, you obviously are the type that likes to read like self-help books. So if you heard anything about self-help books within the last like year or 2, you have heard about this book. It is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm reading it right now. Y'all, like, it's so insightful. Like, obviously it's about habits and like creating them, but it's so much bigger than that. Basically, it's the idea of the book. I don't want to give it away. It's just basically to not focus on the big goals, because most of us form habits, you know, because we want to like reach a goal, but it's bigger than just reaching a goal. The book is centered around building habits that, you know, focus on the process, you know what I mean? So have the goal because it provides a clear direction of where you want to go, but break down, you know what I mean, the steps that you need to take to get to that goal and turn those steps into habits. And also, you know, create an identity centered around those habits. Like, it's more than just I need to do this continually so I can get to XYZ. Like, no, I need to become this. It's really about becoming, you know what I mean, using your habits to become someone who has, you know what I mean, whatever goal you have, basically. I hope that makes sense. But it's a really interesting read. I'm still towards the beginning of the book, but it's like, I'm the type that I'm like a tangible reader. I've tried to like read books on tablets and phones and stuff, and it just doesn't hit the same. Like, I'm old school. I like to have a book in my hand that I can like physically highlight and write stuff in. I just can't focus if I'm on a tablet or something. Like, I'll end up wanting to go on Instagram or something. So I like having tangible books. I've already highlighted so much, and I'm not even like, I think I'm just in the 3rd chapter, and it's just such a like worthwhile read. It's already been helping me. I've already had so many epiphanies because like I didn't even realize I was doing a lot of the stuff that I was doing. So I highly recommend that book. It's also kind of a no fluff. He's also a really good storyteller. One thing that all of these books have in common is they're very good storytellers. I mean, I like to be intrigued. I like to, you know, have a vivid image in my head, so I can kind of feel like I'm there, you know. And all of these authors are really great at painting such vivid imagery for you to kind of follow along. So I highly recommend that. I highly recommend it. All of these books are such great recommendations. I've been recommended, some of them I found on my own, but some I was recommended, like Atomic Habits. I heard Erin on Demand talk about it, who I love her. I watch her channel a lot. And I knew when I saw Atomic Habits recommended on 3 different videos that I needed to get it. So highly recommend every single one. Worthwhile read. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these recommendations. Like this video if you liked the video. You know what I'm saying? Click that like button, okay? And also comment down below. I want to like talk about this, guys. Like, let me know if you've read the book, what you thought about it, or any other recommendations you have. I'm always wanting more recommendations, okay? Like, please, like, share the wealth, okay? Reading is wealth, knowledge is wealth, okay? So share it down below because we all want to know. And make sure you also click that subscribe button, okay? If you want more videos, I'm here for you. I love you. I love you so much, bougie bosses. See you next time. Bye.